This is Glenda, and today I will be making a baby soap. So this is gonna be, in a way, for me, it's kind of a boring soap because it doesn't have a lot of colorants or fragrance. What I have here is that I have the recipe from Soap Queen, one of her baby recipes, and I have modified it, substituted some ingredients, and what I'm adding here is the colloidal oatmeal. This recipe also suggested to add bentonite clay in it, and that's the part that I'm skipping. Instead, I'm just using the suggested colloidal oatmeal, which is supposed to add some soothing properties to it. I forgot if I added 3 or 4. Just in case, I'm gonna leave it at 3. This is just the oils. It only has 3 basic oils. Alright, so I've tried to disperse the colloidal oatmeal, and pretty much all it is oatmeal that has been ground to a super fine powder. And I'm adding sweet carrot puree, and I'm going to add this to the light water. This is going to be about 3 ounces. In this jar there is about 4 ounces, so it's gonna be pretty much all of it except for a little bit. And I'm going to use a spoon now because I don't want it to be to splash. Light water is very highly corrosive for the skin, so you want to avoid it splashing. And I'm adding it for 2 reasons. One is because carrot has a lot of properties for the skin. Now, whether they will remain in the soap or they will stay, it's up for grabs. The jury is still out on those things because there hasn't been research done about it. But another reason why I'm adding it is because of its color. It will add a natural yellow color to the soap. It will not be orange. It will just turn yellow. So I'm going to add this light water to the mix of the oils with the colloidal oatmeal, and then I'm going to blend. Adding the carrot puree to the light water will ensure that the color is stronger, and also I did reduce the amount of the light water by the amount of carrot puree that I added. So I added about 3 ounces, and I reduced the water amount by about 3 ounces. I'm also doing a steep water discount on this one so that it cures faster. Alright, so here we go. it has reached trace, and one of the reasons why it reached trace so quickly, even though it's a mostly liquid oils, it has a high percentage of liquid oils, is because I'm using pomace oil, which is what the recipe recommends. Alright, and I'm just blending it in the water just to keep it clean. So the molds that I'm using are these animal shapes. And you know what? I just remember something. I need to add some cardboard to this underneath the molds to be able to move them once they are filled. And I do keep some on hand for such an occasion. And this just helps being able to move them to a different spot once they're done. Because once they're filled, it's kind of tricky to move them. Alright. So, like you can see, it's pretty thick now. And the temperatures at which I was doing this was about, let me think. The light water was at 110, and the oils were at around 97. So it was pretty low temperatures, and it's gotten pretty thick. Part of this is because of the water discount, but I've actually always experienced a quick trace and a thick trace when I use pomace olive oil. Pomace olive oil has a lot of unsaponifiables, which makes it trace faster. So right now it's not looking very pretty, so I'm going to use the spatula to hopefully fill all the cavities. When you're using a mold that has details like this one, you actually want your mix to be thin. That way it fills all the details. And while this soap is not actually, I don't find it exciting because it doesn't have many colors or it doesn't have fragrance. What is exciting about it, in my opinion, is that it's very nourishing, very gentle on the skin, which is why it's good for babies or to use as a facial soap. As far as the cleansing is very low, but it is soap, it will still clean you. It's just very low numbers. When you put this recipe on soap calc, you will see that the numbers there are low. And it's meant to be like that because it is supposed to be for babies, for your face. So you want something gentle there. So I am making it because I have a friend who is expecting a baby, and this soap takes a while to cure, like a long time, because of its the high amount of liquids in it. It's similar to a Castile, except Castiles are 100% olive oil, and this one has small percentage of cocoa butter and castor. Alright, so I'm pretty much done. I'm just gonna fill these other mold, and I will put the rest in a different container or molds if I have any left over. And it's going to cure for a long time, but because I don't use these molds that often, it's okay. So this was a quick one. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time.